Hello students, welcome to Pathak's Computer Academy online classes. In the previous video, we learned about HTML multimedia. So from today, we will learn cascading style sheet, formerly known as CSS. So the contents today we covered are the introduction to CSS, why we need CSS, the syntax of CSS, and in that syntax, what are selectors? And at last, we will see the types of CSS. So let's start. So CSS is the language we use to style the web page. As already know, that CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Why the name look like this? Because we are imposing style from the external sheet to the particular HTML page so that the contents of the web page are in another file known as .html, and the design portion, look and feel portion of that page or website are in another page known as CSS. Okay, that's why I have remark these three words. Cascading means falling off sheets. Style means adding design to HTML tags. And at last, sheet. Sheet means we are writing our style in different document or in some other way. Clear? So we are dividing our web designing work into various parts, where one part is the content related to HTML. After that, CSS that incorporate all the styling and designing phase. And at last, JavaScript. I'm not going to discuss what is JavaScript because this is not in your syllabus. So we are mainly concerned about CSS. Now, why CSS? First thing is it saves time. How? We can write CSS once a file is to be maintained, and whenever we want to change some styling of some particular element like header in each page of the website, then what to do? We have to change the styling of header tag in CSS, not in all the pages of HTML that makes a website. Okay, easy maintenance. Again, everything related to design are in one sheet, so any changes can made very easy, and that update are updated automatically in all the web pages wherever the tag is present. Again, page load faster. How? Because in the HTML page, there are less coding. Why? Because CSS content are in another page and HTML content are in .html file. So page can load faster. So I hope now you can understand why we are learning CSS. So next topic is the syntax of CSS. The CSS syntax consists of a selector. Selector can be any HTML tag, and there are another two things known as property and its value. It is a combination, okay, which is incorporated in inverted comma and separated by colon. Clear? And these property value pair is known as declaration. Clear? These are known as declaration, and declaration can be applied on a particular selector that is known as HTML tags. Here I am saying H1 tag, and for H1 tag we are incorporating one style related to color and another related to font size. I will discuss these description like color, font size, alignment, and all other things in the next video. Here I am concerning about the introduction of CSS. Okay. So there are two things. First one is selector and another one is declaration. Clear? And these are differentiated with the curly braces. You have to incorporate opening curly braces and ending with closing curly braces. And between these, you can apply more than one property value pair. And it should be discriminated by semicolon here. Okay. So next point is, what is CSS selector? I already told you. Selectors means HTML elements on which you want to apply some style or design pattern. Now, these selectors can be classified or identified with many ways. And there are three basic different types of selectors. Other than this, there are also many other selectors. I am not concerning about that. But these three basic selector you should know. One is element selector, second one is ID selector, and third one is class selector. Okay. So what is element selector? Element selector, as the name suggests, you are going to tell that this HTML tag have these properties. Here I am concerning about the paragraph tag and told to the web browser that all the paragraph in the HTML file should have text align center and the color of the text is red. Okay. So you can do this, but you have to put these things under head section, and in that head section you have to use style tag. I am going to discuss just after discussing this. Don't worry about that. Now next one is ID. You already know. I have already discussed in HTML section that each element can have unique ID. You can give a name, a particular ID through which that element can specify by the browser or server. So if you want to do like that, then ID selector is the best choice. So what is to be done? You have to specify a specific ID. ID can be any name. Okay. But you have to very careful. The name cannot start with digits. Okay. So here I am trying to write one ID, that is para1. That para1 should be started with hash character. And again, property value pair is incorporated between curly braces. Okay. That's why I have written over here, the ID of an element is unique within a page. So the ID selector is used to select one unique element in the web page. Clear? Don't worry about that. I will give you the example each of them. Don't worry. Now the last one is class selector. The class selector select HTML elements with a specific class attribute. Okay. We are occupying more than one element in one section, and that section is known as a class. Okay. And that class can be notified with dot operator. Okay. So whatever the name you want to give, you can give, but it should started with dot. And again, all the specification can be incorporated between curly braces. Here I have given color green, text alignment is equal to center, font size is 40 px. Okay, pixels. Px means pixels. So these three selectors through which you can put your specification of your design in CSS. Clear? Now, type of CSS. There are three types of CSS. First one is inline, where you are going to incorporate an attribute of each HTML tag that is known as style attribute. Here, you have to give style attribute, and that style attribute you have to give property value pair. But other than this, there are internal and external. As the name suggests, internal. Here, we are not incorporating each style in the element itself. Here, we are incorporated design specification in head section. As we already know that whatever the other information related to the HTML, that should be incorporated in head section. So in head section, under a style tag, we are inserting our design patterns. Okay. And in external, as the name suggests, there are a different file altogether that have an extension .css, okay, which are incorporated in your HTML file, again in the head section, but with link tag. Okay, clear? This is just a basic idea what is inline, what is internal, and what is external. Now I am going to discuss in detail. Inline CSS is used to apply a unique style to a single HTML. But again, the existence of CSS with inline is not achieved. We are using CSS to save time, to save energy, for easy maintenance. Okay, through inline you cannot do this, but still you have to know what is inline CSS. So whenever our requirements are very small, okay, there are only few design patterns you have to apply on a few elements of the web page, then you can use inline CSS. Okay, here in paragraph, I am incorporating style attribute, and in style, in the inverted comma, I have applied one property value pair. So what will happen? Whatever the content in the paragraph are written in red color. Okay, this is known as inline CSS. Next one is internal CSS. I already told you. An internal CSS is used to define a style for a single HTML page. Okay, why? Because this section, style section, will inserted in head section of a particular page. That's why this specification will shown or will incorporated for only one page. So what is to be done? In the head section, you have to write down style, and in the style section, whatever the design pattern you have to follow, you can do this. Here, body, I have given the whole body color is yellow. H1 color is blue, and the paragraph color is red. And the last one is external CSS. As the name suggests, we are saving all the design or styling pattern in different file with extension .css. Okay, and use it in our HTML file with the help of link element. How? Here you can see that this is HTML file and this is CSS file. Okay, in CSS file I have done the same thing whatever I have done in internal. Body background color is yellow, H1 color is blue, and paragraph color is red. Now this file is to be inserted in this HTML file. How? With the help of link element. Here you have to use link. Link, I have given the relation. What is the relation? That is known as style sheet. It is a style sheet. And now I have given the reference styles.css. This file is named as styles.css. And now I have used H1 and P and also a body. So the whole page will colored in yellow, and in that page heading H1 is in color blue and paragraph is in color red. Okay, so if assume that this file is too long, around 1000 lines, and there are a lot of H1 tag and a lot of paragraph tag. So if you want to change the paragraph color from red to something else like green, so what should be done? Or we have to open only CSS file go to the paragraph tag and just remove the red and put green value. So wherever the paragraph tag, either only one paragraph in HTML file or 100 paragraph in the HTML file, all the paragraph are colored in now green color. So this is the advantage. Otherwise, if CSS file is not there, wherever the paragraph is present in HTML file, assume there are 100 times appeared in HTML file. So all places we have to change red from red to green. Clear? So that's all. I have taught you today the syntax of CSS, what are the various types of selectors, and what are the types of CSS. Now I am going to show you with the practical approach. Okay, I have already created the file for your convenience. Here, him CSS inline. I'm going to open the file in Notepad. What I have written here. Here you can see that there are three paragraph lines and one heading file, heading tag, sorry. In each section, I have to apply inline CSS. Here, style is equal to whatever the value I want to give. Style is equal to font size. Style is equal to color. Here I have incorporated two things. Style is equal to color and font size both. So look like this, you can use inline. But there is again a problem. If you want to change, so what you have to do, you have to go to the particular point, change yourself. So I'm going to run this file. My file is opening. Here, Himanshu Pathak, here you can see that color is equal to red. Okay. Now font size is equal to 20 px. So assistant professor is written in by default color, that is black. Now again, heading H1 is color of green. So green is written over here and color is blue and font size is equal to 20. So this is happening here. So I think inline CSS is very clear to you. Okay. Now the next one, internal style. I'm going to open in Notepad. Here you can see that what I have done. In this example, while I am going to try internal CSS, you can learn type of selector also. How? Here, I have used what? Element selector. H2, header 2. Hash red. What it is? Red is the name of an ID. And that ID I used somewhere in body section. Okay. And thick and blue is class selector. So here you can see that I have used ID is equal to red. So what will happen? It will show check color is equal to red. This is used as colored red. Now in P, I have used class is equal to thick. So what will happen? This sentence will written in 20 pixels. H2, simple, color is equal to brown, element selector. Okay. And here class is equal to blue. Okay. So I'm going to run that file for you. This file is opening. Here you can see that this is H1, which is element selector, color is equal to brown. So you can see that color is now brown and all other things is also done, but with the help of different type of selectors. Okay, clear? Now, and at last, external file. Again, I'm going to open. There are two files for external. First one is HTML and second one is .css. So first file is this. Here you can see that. Again, I have done the same thing, but this time all the things are not seen over here. There is nothing like inline CSS or internal CSS. I have incorporated an external file .css with the help of link tag. Okay. href, wherever the file is, I have given the path. Okay. And all the same thing, whatever I have done in the previous file in the body. So here is the CSS, hymnstyle.css. I'm going to open you for you. The same thing, whatever I have written in the head section in style tag. H2 color is equal to brown. Hash red stands for ID selector. Dot thick dot flu stands for class selectors. But this time I have written all these things in different file. Okay, so I'm going to run the external file. Now here you can see that the same thing will happen. Now I'm going to change so that you can understand. Now this is yellow. Okay, I'm going to save that file. Now refresh. Now you can see that Pathak's Computer Academy is now in yellow color. You can change anything, whatever you want. Now I am going to write down body. Background color. Yellow. Okay. So now what will happen? Let's see. Now you can see that whatever I have changing in the CSS file that are shown in your HTML file. So like this, you can edit your web page as per your requirement. So that's all for today. In the next class, we will discuss various properties like color, background, font, etc. in the second part of my cascading style sheet lecture. For today, that's all for you. Thank you so much.